Hello, this is Chiak, and I am playing Orwell. I believe I played the demo of this game, but this looks to be a very interesting game. All about that surveillance state. So, welcome. Thank you for serving your nation. Assuming this doesn't matter, we're just gonna go for profile 1. Is this? Or maybe... I guess I would be the... Sorry, I'm just like so thrown off. Am I doing an empty profile? Okay. Congratulations, you have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Select a profile picture. Well, obviously I'm going to go with the Asian one. Enter your name. If I put my full name, just put Chiak. There we go. And these are all the images? Yep, we'll go with Asian face. The Asian face here, or the Asian looking face, I should say. Did you know you are one of accepted applicants? You may now enter your email address. Okay, well, I'm just gonna blur this out. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdictions of the nation. I agree to the terms stated above. Thank you for ensuring the safety of your nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Episode 1, the clocks were striking 13. Okay, this is serious fast. Sims, you're online, good. Call me Sims, I'm assuming that's how I pronounce your name. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident, so let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there's new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Okay, so I'm thinking the two profiles from before were definitely from when I played the demo and I was just testing things around. National Beholder. Leading newspaper of the nation, fast, precise, honest. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Okay. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Boston explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial and Bonton. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Sneeze again. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities received strange letter. Wow, and they even put like fake ads on the side here. Risen Technologies. The nation destroys blah blah blah. Okay. At approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, The Thoughts Are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Okay. I kind of want to see what other things are in the news here. Negotiations in Triflith failed. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith, I think. Blaine encourages renewal. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city, Triflith, have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassart abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. You know, I never understood that about riots. It's like, why are you destroying the people who could possibly be standing with you and destroying their livelihood in terms of like the shop windows and stuff like that? Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussion. And then 100 Gray Shadows. Valentine's Day. The version of the official poster was posted by director Sumishi Aran, Rhubarb Production. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Sumishi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama, 100 Grey Shadows has finally come to an end, announced via his Timeline's profile yesterday. The brash director said he was eager to begin post-production in the final editing stages, before the conclusion to the Grey Shadows series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The third and final chapter in the Grey Shadows saga, previous release being A Grey Shadow and Another Grey Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Evan and Mike McDeal, who have had a long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that these spats were getting out of control, and that completion of any scene with both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Production to get comments, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. Okay. So we're done with that. Unknown person. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at their arrest record. Okay. I'm not clicking here. Quote of the day: the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Okay. Update all data from the police record. Alright. I'm clearly missing something here. Can't go anywhere else. What am I clicking? It tells me to go to the... There we go. Bonton Police Database. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or any information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into Profile to upload them to our server. Okay. Upload complete. So, you know, name, kind of important. Arrest date, assault on police officer Duncan Lloyd. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protester at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Okay. We submitted it. Did it... I'm assuming it went. Yeah, there you go. Cassandra Watergate, Orwell ID. What else am I supposed to be... Clearly there's something else I need to be looking at here. Oh, her picture. I couldn't tell. I didn't realize this was... the blue outline was to be highlighted. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell identity to identify a person. I thought it was just a border. Information and documents can only become data chunks where it can be clearly assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Assault on police officer. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new data can now be accessed. I do not find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you will see. I do not find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you will see what I mean. What? Okay, did I accidentally click something? Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured the police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody, trial scheduled for August. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of the demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's modeled the safety bill. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused, Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession. Is that important? Has denied Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside other rioters as anti-governmental terrorist. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Okay, so this is her occupation, so... Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. Okay. And the game just quit on me. Okay, so I don't know why the game suddenly quit on me, but great, you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on with the case. So I imagine there could be like multiple endings with this game. Portfolio. Harboring outstanding art. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland, right behind the rainbow. So I can disable this, right? Because that's obviously... Glad you found me. I think one time I did just put it in there. They're like, yeah, this is not... What are you doing? Stop it. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career, and put my stuff on Portfolio before you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest work. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the picture below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome. Isn't it? Leave my message on my UTEL account and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm going to make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Good, you found a chat handle that will allow us to overhear any conversations on that account. The The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Yep, that beats me. I was never sure about the title though. The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. What do you think? A Christmas present to my darling. It was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I had a hard time keeping it to myself. Okay. Those are the 3 things. So she had a job before, I don't know. Interesting, we should find out what that job was. Okay. Hey you. Hey Josie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card lifted from your desk. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge, as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Okay, so I'm going to assume this is the boyfriend. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-around badass have... Oh, never mind. Badass have in mind this time. Prob's just a business call for one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, this is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. 1 bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. Now you have a profile for related persons can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for target persons, can only be extracted into the relevant profiles. Okay, anyway, Cassandra. 1 ball should be fine. She's lightweight. Oh, whatever. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, my parents, aka my parents then. Oh, come on. I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Maybe. Gotta go. Text you later. X. Kisses and hugs. Watergate, farmer entrepreneurs. Does that ring a bell? Okay, there's still... I don't know if that's how relevant that is or not. Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading ranges of products, makes an important contribution to your well-being. Mood-alleviating medication. Below you will find a small selection of our most popular products. Antidepressants, alleviation of pains. I'm not gonna read all of this. The company. The name Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the areas of medicine, and at the same time, it is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. The business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Inc. has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. Bruno Watergate, CEO, grandson of the founder, Edgar Watergate. Apart from the family business, he's also the founder of Central Pharmacy Congress, and head of the charity foundation of Parges? Children of Parges. His wife is the head of research and head of R&D. Junior COO. Co-partner of the firm with her husband. Holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. Leads the research and development. So this is her former job. Carries the family tradition to the next generation. Alice and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year strong legacy. Now I see. Keeping it a family affair. Guess that way everything stays in the family. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quite a dull job, didn't she? Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder has just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information. Crime rate continues to drop. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistic report of the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as the direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidences. Our principle put into action. Safety bill passed. The party is elected in government. The safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget of safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigrations and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2012, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. The Parges peacekeeping mission. Terrorist incidents of 28 was the terrible consequence of premature retreat of our troops from Parges, a region torn by civil unrest for years, by the order of the previous government. To fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Parges peacekeeping mission had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks including distribution of aid packages containing food, in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to the recent stabilization in the Parges, we have been able to reduce the number of stationed forces while leaving the overall goal of maintaining peace. So, 5 pillars for a great nation: safety and security. We firmly believe in strict safety regulations and mechanisms to preserve the life and well-being of every individual. Economy and commerce. A strong economy equals a strong society. This is why we strive for constant healthy growth. Values and tradition. Our cultural origins, as well as the significance of family and communal life, must be cherished. Migration and foreign affairs. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries are necessities uphold law and order in our own. Education and health. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are the foundations of a great future. Leaders of the nation. Robert Blaine, Prime Minister. As much remarkable visionary as unmatched leader, is a member of the party in the 4th generation. When the surprising death of the previous leader of the party, Mrs. Godard, left behind a power vacuum, it was the young Robert Blaine who stepped up and was elected as the new head unanimously. Just as in this exemplary case, Mr. Blaine will take initiative whenever possible and is sure not to relent until the party's ambitious goals have been achieved. Arthur Scott Gallagher, Secretary of Economy and Trade. Seasoned members of the party in charge of economy and trade, directly responsible for reduced tax levels for big and medium-sized corporations, as well as resulting decline of unemployment rates. Catherine Delcroix, we've heard of her. Purpose of improving nation safety on the interior. Was formed directly after election 2009. Originally proposed by Catherine Delcroix, just as originally proposed. Subsequently granted the position of First Secretary of Security, best known for inception of Safety Bill, elevating security standards in the country to a new level. Peter Faulkner, Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces, does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the nation's neighboring countries. To that end, Mr. Faulkner created the Parges peacekeeping mission, which played a key role in the prevention of terrorist activities on the nation's soil. Okay. Procedure. Closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigation to the malicious injuries of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunk. Whenever the content of two data are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicts. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the other will become invalid immediately. I highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been parsed, there is no way to reverse your choice. The case that has been at the center of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted of alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to lack of evidence. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed this outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. Defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the results of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of two young sons, was rushed into hospital after an incident in mid-July where he is still induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. Okay. So, I mean, we have those two conflicting datas there. How do I... Just want to see if there's anything... Oh, new portrait. So he sort of doesn't really matter then. Do we want a picture of Joseph? Okay, well, I mean... Like, problem is, like... This... This is why I figured a pity that the CCTV did not actually help. Because it's not like this is like the other family just voicing speculation, but there's no evidence. Especially when you have the part here where it's like he brought video evidence depicting the incident in question. RK Pharmaceuticals looking for a suitable candidate for the following position. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened between these two lives of hers when may have caused this radical shift. Okay, with that, I'm going to have to end the set here. And continue the investigation later. So either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!